I'm Juanita and welcome back to my channel. This morning what we're going to have a look at is the Red Heart Granny all-in-one yarn. Now I have this in two colours. I'm not a master crocheter. I've been crocheting for about 9 months at this point, and I'm in New Zealand, so it's taken a long time to actually get this yarn here. However, I have this colour and I have the orangey shade one. I've got 3 balls of this one and I've got 1 ball of the orange one. So I'm going to start with the orange one, see if I can get my tension right, and then see if we can make a bag and maybe a blanket with this one. But I think the blanket's going to be a much longer term project. All right, here we go. I don't like taking the I don't like taking those off, but I'm going to have to because the pattern's on the inside, isn't it? See, this looks really cool there, and there it just looks even too bright for me. So it's centre pull, I believe, and if I just open that up down the side. Okay, we've got instructions on pretty much everything. We've got a t-shirt, we've got a vest, we've got how to put it all together, armhole and edging. Did I not need to do this? I probably did not need to do this. Right, okay, so what are we doing? Suggested hook size of 5.5. This is the bit that is most annoying because the only 5.5 I've currently got is this metal inline hook. And yeah, where are the instructions on how to do this? Oh, step by step on back. It says that it's step by step on the back. So here we go, step by step on the back. Maybe start at the beginning, Juanita. Start at the beginning. We've got the balls, we've got the gauge, the instructions. Start with colour 1 from the centre pull, leaving a 10 centimetre tail. It does say inches, but I don't get inches. Leaving a 10 centimetre tail. That's probably that-ish. Each colour aligns with the middle motif of the 5 colours total. If too much is left at the end of the round, pull some stitches to slightly loosen the gauge. Okay, yep. Chain 3 at the beginning of the row. Round counts as a double. And okay, so we do, okay, right. Chain 6 at the beginning of the rounds counts as a double crochet and a 3. Chain 3 spacing. With colour 1 joined to form ring. Okay, we're chaining 6. 3 times into the ring, join. Chain 4. Slip stitch to form a ring. Okay, I agree with Passionate Kelsey. This is not how I like to crochet granny squares. She says as though she's an expert. No, Kelsey is an expert. I am not an expert. I learned crochet maybe 9 months ago. Okay, right. Okay, focus, Juanita, focus. We are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we turn it into a ring. Okay. We're turning it into a ring. We've turned it into a ring. We've made a ring. Oh, the excitement. And then it wants me to chain 3. Do I go off book at this point, or is it too soon? Because I would not normally chain 3. Okay, here we go. Right, let's just do it. We'll chain 3. We'll chain 1, we'll chain 2, we'll chain 3. Okay, and then we're double crocheting into the center. I'm already stressed. Like, this is, I'm stressed. I don't know how to hold this. I mean the crochet hook, not the actual work that I'm crocheting, although that's hard enough. Okay, so I've got 3 granny stitches in there, and the centre's got 4, and is it gonna all put corners on the first round? Surely not. So we're going to chain 6, chain 3 double crochet, 3 chains. It wants me to chain 3 in the corners. Okay, all right. Let's chain 2 in the corners, because 3 in the corners seems silly. I don't know why I'm bothering with instructions if all I'm going to do is ignore the instructions. Deep down, I'm really hoping I can get away with using a larger hook, because this hook is annoying. I'm already regretting my life decisions in owning this hook. Okay. It's a really firm yarn, if that makes sense. Like, it's firm. That's all I can say. I am desperately hoping that I get to size up to a 6mm hook, because I have a 6mm ergonomic hook, which would be much nicer than this torture device that is a purple inline hook. Chain 2, which would take us to there. Okay, I missed out 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. That's quite a lot. Do I try sizing up the hook now? Yep, let's try sizing up the hook now. But I do want to leave that in a circle. Right, which one's the 6? Is the 6? No, this one's the 7. I want... This one's the 6. I'm already relieved that I'm getting to touch this hook. Okay, right, okay. Here's my ring in the wrong size, and I do not care. I do not want... Okay, I don't want to do the ring again. Okay. Focus, focus. Okay, here we go. How to look like an expert on the internet. Do something that you're not particularly good at, but do it in a video. You know? That's my motto. It's not my motto. Okay, right. Very good. Maybe I should try this later on in the day when I'm not so wakey-uppy. See, everybody else I've watched do this, they've gotten through the first layer really easily, but then again, everybody else follows the instructions. I just don't want to follow the instructions. I should want to follow the instructions. I don't know what it is about me that makes me want to not follow instructions, but there's definitely something. See, one of the patterns on the inside of the ball of yarn is for a vest, and a granny square vest, that's very cool, but I have 1 ball of this orange because that's all I could get. I would have probably bought more of this orange. I'm glad I didn't, because it's quite disgusting in real life. I'll see how it goes when it's granny squares, but it's not my shades of orange, and I think that there are no bad shades of orange normally, but these together, oh, it's a lot. Yeah, when we get to the highlightery orangey colour, I do not like highlighter orange. Like, I'm one of those people who uses pastel highlighters because I don't want to deal with the brightness of a bright orange highlighter. Right, okay, we've got 1 more granny cluster. I don't want to size up to a 6.5 hook, that's for sure, because I don't think I have a 6.5 hook. I think this will be the world's shortest video, as I then have to go shopping for a hook. 1, 2. Okay, right, we're in business. So I now, do I slip stitch into this one? See, as far as I'm concerned, that's a success, that's a win, because when I pull that through, I'm now this next colour. So 1, 2, 3. I pull out some more yarn from the centre. This is the colour I don't know how I feel about. Okay, here we go. All right, okay. Let's just calmly and casually make a granny cluster. Cool. And 2 crochets. And now we're going to calmly and carefully. If I twisted this, I've twisted this. I got too excited. Far too excited. Right, okay. I was not expecting to be in that corner. But I should have expected to be in that corner because that's where we end up. Right, okay, Juanita, let's actually crochet like we know what we're doing. It helps if I do a double crochet rather than just shove the crochet hook in and hope for the best. Got it all turned around in the corner. Okay, because that's going to expect me to finish there. So I now need to get across to there, which is not a chain, but the pattern wants me to put a chain, but I'm not going to. I will if I have to. I will if I have to. Okay. There's a granny cluster. There's 2 chains. So how are we all doing? How's the weather? It's April here in New Zealand at the moment. I know this video is not going up until, well, it's not going up in May, because May is amigurumi. And I have a whole stack of videos that I have not made, but I have planned, which are all amigurumi themed. So the plan is 30 amigurumi pieces in the month of May. Oh my God, what was I thinking? So I'm trying to get a step up now, but I don't really have time. And amigurumi's not quick. And I work full time, so I don't know whether or not I am just an idiot and I'm inviting trouble for myself, or if this is a good idea, but we shall see. It's the plan anyway. And by the time this video goes up, you'll know whether or not I've been successful. I have some patterns to write for that. They're in my head, which is half the challenge. Then I need to write them down, test them again, film the tutorials. Drop all my stitches in my granny cluster. So, I mean, this one really is not a video I need to make today, but this yarn's calling to me because I've been waiting for the spiral yarn for so long. I mean, I love New Zealand, don't get me wrong. It's a great country. I recommend everybody come here. I'm not really into Lord of the Rings. My voice is in Lord of the Rings, but I'm a New Zealander, so every one of us have our voices in Lord of the Rings. Okay. Right, if this first one wasn't quite so bad, that would be all right. Okay, join that like that. And then we're going to pull. We're going to pull this through. We're going to pull this through. It's not quite as well lined up as the last one, but it's lined up. And yeah, okay, right. I will stop filming at this point because we've got 13 minutes to get to this point. This does look like a tragic granny square at the moment, but I'll do the rest and then check back in. All right, so I've now done this many rounds and it's working out. I mean, there's this ugly bit in the corner because there's definitely yarn bleed from the dye where the colour changes happen. But if I ignore that corner, it's quite good. I still don't like this colour in real life. It's a little too bright, although on camera it's looking all right. And this is quite a nice yellow in real life, but it looks more mustardy on camera. So now I'm just up to the white and go around the edge, and then I'll have my square complete. So cool, I'll see you in a bit. Right, I have now finished it, and I will tell you this orange colour here, not only do I quite like it, it was the easiest one to get the tension right. This white, oh, such a nightmare. In the end, this is really tight and it kind of hurts my hands, but I think it can be slightly looser because I have this much yarn free before it starts becoming the gold again of the beginning. So yeah, I will now work away at some more of these in the next wee while, and I think I'm going to make this into a bag, to be honest. I think I've only got one ball, and I think a bag is probably the most useful thing that I could do out of one ball of yarn. Yeah. Here we are with all my squares done pretty much. I've got this yarn left over. It's not enough to make a next square. You can tell because there's no white there. I'm just trying to work out what to do with that. Then what I've decided, I'm going to make a bag which needs 13 squares, so I'm just putting them together here, and now I need to crochet between the gaps. I don't have enough of the yarn, so I'm just using some of this leftover orange yarn from a vest project to see how that goes. It's wool, it's not acrylic, so it's less than ideal. So I've been making the granny square bag out of the all-in-one, and I need to put on some straps, so I'm just trying to work out how to do that because I'm out of this yarn and I'm out of this yarn. Well, this is wool and this is acrylic, so I'm just trying to work out exactly what I'm going to do for the straps, to be honest. So I've finished doing some crochet around here. I've added a handle. It's just a few rows of a single crochet and some slip stitches and things, you know. Yeah, so it's done. A lot of darning in of ends. Darning in of ends, that's where I'm going to be for the rest of my life. If you need me, I'll be darning in ends. It's quite fine. And then all of a sudden, right when you least expect it, you're done. You've got a bag. There you go. Granny chic. Should I go off to a market? Should I buy some yarn? Something. So what are my final thoughts of the Red Heart Yarnspirations Granny All-in-One Granny Square thing? I actually quite liked it. It took a wee while to get it going so that the tension was correct. I had to change my hook size, so that was handy seeing the reviews from, I think, Emma from Emma in the Moment, or Made in the Moment, as well as Kelsey from Passionate Goods, Passionate Kelsey. And I think I saw one or two other reviews that suggested changing up the hook size, so I did that. I ended up using a 6 rather than a 5.5, which was handy because I didn't have an ergonomic 5.5 needle. It made 15 squares for one skein, so I'm glad that I've got 4 skeins, I think it is, of this one. Or did I get 3? Either way, I'll have quite a few more skeins of that one when I get working on it. So what I do have is I turned it into this bag. Now, my only issues with turning it into this bag is that I can't get hold of the Red Heart regular yarn to actually do the bits in between. If I could, I would have had a match for the white or one of the other colours. So this is actually just leftover yarn from my book vest, and this here is a random orange yarn, and it's a wool. I mean, it's not ideal at being a wool, but who cares, that I used to make the straps. And I still have these 2 squares left over here, and I think with these 2 squares I will line them, zip them, and make a little zipper pouch so that none of them are going to waste. So that's the thing. Will I buy it again? Actually, I would buy it again. I would prefer it if it was a bit cheaper, but in terms of a cool bag, I have a cool bag. It's a bag that would have cost me about $25 in yarn. Not the end of the world. Still worth more than that in New Zealand dollars, but yeah, getting the yarn over here, that's the struggle street on that. But Red Heart All-in-One Granny, who would have known? Actually, a really good yarn.